guests from their massively popular show Impractical Jokers. New episodes air Thursday nights at 10 on True TV. Let's take a look.
Kyphoplasty. KY?
We're not gonna tell you. What are you looking at us for? You think that's the way spelling bees work?
Oh my God, look at this dog, cannot wait. You got bandages nearby? KY Pho? PHO? PLSTIICY.
Ooh, I'm so very sorry. That is incorrect.
Please welcome back to the show James Murray, Brian Quinn, and Sal Vulcano, everybody.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
You know, so I feel like we need to explain that clip a little bit.
Yes.
No, obviously, you come up with pranks with extreme punishments, and you were sitting there with a fellow Staten Islander, Colin Jost.
Yes.
And it's a spelling bee?
Yeah, what happened was apparently, because now we're having guests on Impractical Jokers.
Yep.
And, we're trying to work out the punishments with them, how does it connect to their lives, a little fancy. And Colin's a great speller.
Yeah.
On a spelling bee. So he was like, here's the idea. We'll do a spelling bee, and every time you get the word wrong, an attack dog will run out and viciously attack you and grab you to the ground. And I was like, yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Now, you were okay. I should note that an extreme amount of padding here.
I look like a Monty Python.
But did you?
No,
but
that
did
was
you
just
still
COVID weight. That's just COVID.
No, that's COVID. Okay, we all had a different experience. Did you still though have some bruising from the dog?
Yeah, what happens is, so those suits is the dogs bite and you feel every tooth touching. It just stops it from breaking through. So when I took the suit off, I had dog bite marks everywhere the dog bite me, and it just drew me back to him screaming, "Bite him in his nuts! Bite him in his nuts!" He's screaming.
The nuts would have been the prime target.
Yeah. I like that those
nuts?
dogs are intensely trained, but also you can still point them to an area in the moment. All right, so guys, 10 years. That's such an accomplishment. 10 seasons of any show.
Thank you.
But you have all really put yourself through it. You have, in order to succeed, you have had to fail together and go through some real ringers. Is it amazing when you look back? Do you think, I can't believe it's been going on this long?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, this is, we would never have believed we've been on the air for 10 years. Prior to this, I hadn't done anything for more than just a few months. So 10,
Do people, and now that it's an institution, do people come up and pitch you ideas all the time?
Yeah.
Usable?
No. Everyone from our, my aunt to people on the street, and they'll just go, "Oh, when you do your little skits." Yeah, they're like, "You should fly the plane, and then you tell them, hey, everybody, it's a joke." It's like, I don't think. Not only do you not understand the way the show works, I don't really think you understand how aviation works.
It's either that or like, prank me. Prank me! And we're like, well, what? It's so bizarre,
The weirdest for me was I went to Giant Stadium to see the game. Halftime, I go to use the men's room, and I'm squeezed shoulder to shoulder with this dude, and he leans over and whispers in my ear. He goes, "Murr, am I on the show right now?" I was like, "No, dude, I'm peeing in the bathroom."
All right, so you, Sal, you were on Kelly and Ryan, but it was Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt was filling in for Ryan. And this is an example of, obviously within the body of your show, people know what to expect, but sometimes outside your environs, you can find that people maybe don't know what to expect from you.
Yeah, I mean, look, so not every television appearance goes as well as this one's going right now. No, we're on the morning show. We get there like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, I want to do something different. And, you're loopy, right? So I have this idea. Right before that, Chris Pratt, they gave away a trip on the air, but the woman got it wrong, and he's like, I'll give it to her anyway. And then they told him on air, you can't do that, it's illegal. So he's like, I'll pay for the trip. $5,800, I'll pay for it. The place goes nuts. And then Kelly says, I'll split it, and they go nuts. And he was promoting The Magnificent Seven, the remake of that famous Western, right? So they were on the show. Next guest is Denzel Washington, who's on the show with him. Denzel comes out, first thing he says is, I heard you guys are gonna split that trip. I'm going in 3 ways with you. We're all buying the trip for the lady, and the place goes nuts. So I'm like, all right, I have an idea.
He didn't run it by any of us.
I got a Hanes t-shirt and a black magic marker, and I wrote Magnificent Seven on it because I was gonna say they obviously need help promoting the thing. Denzel and Chris Pratt. I misspelled it because I thought that would even be another layer of funny. And then when I came out, the first thing I said when we sat down before anyone said anything, I said, before we start, I want to make an announcement. I am not going 4 ways on the trip with the woman. And the audience,
They just laughed more.
the audience took me completely serious, and on air, Kelly goes, no, it's okay, we're gonna get the trip, you don't have to do that. And they didn't know I was joking, and then nobody ever brought up the shirt that said, man.
That is not a good look.
I just think they think I have
You looked
big,
great.
big-
You looked great.
They think I have big issues, I think. Yeah.
What about your wedding, Mur? Did you have issues with your wedding?
Speaking of issues, yes.
Well, this is you brought this
Oh,
on
you did it to
yourself.
yourself?
I did it to myself, but it was from a genuine place. I recently got married.
Congratulations.
And, thank you. And to surprise my wife, to surprise all of our friends and family, my wife, Melissa, is a huge fan of Smash Mouth.
Sure.
Or so I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not true. It turns out she just liked Shrek.
Oh, no.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah, because All Stars on that, right? That's a, yeah.
So I secretly hired Smash Mouth to play my wedding at the end, right? The problem was they enjoyed the wedding a little bit too much.
Oh, no.
Okay, so by the time it came for them to play, they were hammered. And my wedding ended with Smash Mouth giving my mother the middle finger, dropping the mic, and leaving.
So you did it to yourself, though.
I did it to myself. As a comedian, I thought it was the best wedding ever. Meanwhile, I started frantically texting Q. He couldn't make the wedding. I start frantically texting him.
I
saying-
could have made it.
I start frantically texting him saying, this is a disaster. It's out of control. Thank God you're not here.
I was simultaneously texting him, oh my God, best wedding ever. You're missing this. Smash Mouth is going bananas.
The problem is when you hire Smash Mouth, you get Smash
Yeah,
Mouth.
that's what they say. Do you have any exciting punishments we can look forward to this season?
Oh, man.
I mean, if you don't mind indulging me for a moment. We had Method Man as the host of the episode. Right?
Fantastic.
As in the punishment. And him and I were on a television panel, and I was speaking in front of a room of like 50, 60 people as a television expert. But right before I went onto the panel, the guys had me insert an adult apparatus into my posterior section.
We put a dildo in his ass.
And they controlled it on an iPad, and the device had 4 settings: hurricane, tsunami, earthquake, and smooth jazz. I was freaking leaping. I was leaping.
Smooth jazz was never played that night.
Can I say something? I feel like that would be the most jarring, smooth jazz. I'm like, oh, I don't like it.
Just really riffing up there.
But wait, Sal, how did you end up? You ended up as the face of an erectile dysfunction pill on a porn site.
I don't know. I just started getting text message that I was, I guess they took a freeze frame from the show of when I had a lab coat on. I was playing an optometrist on the show. Apparently that got co-opted, and I was now the face of an erectile dysfunction. I've got no income. I got no free pills. I got nothing.
At the very least, you should get a free pill or two.
Yeah, one free pill. Give me one free erection off the thing.
We've mentioned some Staten Island royalty, of which you guys are as well. Were you upset when you heard that Jost and Pete Davidson bought the Staten Island Ferry?
We felt we should have been involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt like there was a Staten Island contingent. We should have been involved. He was actually angry. If I'm being honest.
No, I texted Q and Casey Jost, Stalin's brother, who directs our
Wonderful
show.
director of your show, yes?
Yes. So I texted them, do you think we should buy this ferry? I don't know the monetary implications of it, but let's seriously check it out. And then Casey forwarded the article to his brother the next day, and then the following day, 48 hours later, they had purchased the ferry.
Oh, so you were trying to buy it.
Stole it. No, I'm so glad that it was, thank God, because that's a money pit. I wish you guys well. I will be a customer, but thank God I didn't get in on that investment.
I think that is probably a very good outcome. It's very nice to know that you guys are very the same in real life as you are on the show. You recently had what could fully be an Impractical Jokers episode with a dinner bill.
Oh, yeah.
So we go out to dinner a few weeks ago, and Sal has to use the restroom at the end of the meal. The bill comes, so while Sal was in the bathroom, Q and I split. We took off, left Sal stuck with the bill.
How fast do you decide it? Like, is it very much in the moment, like we should just go and both of you agree immediately?
It's kind of like falling in love. We locked eyes and just knew. Yeah, we ran out as fast as we can.
I don't know what I was thinking going to the bathroom at the end of the meal. It was my fault.
How much was the bill?
It was tough because, you know, it was over $600.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's on TV, so he's got to tip really well.
And there's no Denzel to chip in, no Chris Pratt.
But believe me, before I put my credit card down, I searched feverishly for Denzel.
Gentlemen, congratulations on another season. It really is amazing what you guys continue to do. James Murray, Brian Quinn, Sal Vulcano, everybody. A new episode of Impractical Jokers there Thursday nights on True TV.